Hello, dear friends. Welcome back. It is August 1st. It's been a hot, steamy, hazy, sultry summer, to say the very least. I mean, it's not only in New York, it's been this way, I think, in all basically all of the Northern Hemisphere, most of the Northern Hemisphere. We've had this like hot summer. Interestingly, this morning, yesterday, we had this crazy thunderstorm and it just poured lots and lots of water. This is about the second or third time it's happened this summer, but the lightning was so loud. I mean, the thunder was loud, there was lightning, there was downpours. And this morning when I woke up, I actually felt a bit chilly because there was like a 30 degree drop in temperature. Now I'm doing Fahrenheit. So if you're not watching in a country where, we're the only people who do Fahrenheit, I'm sorry. It's the way it is. But yeah, it was a significant drop. Imagine that one day it's summer and the next day you wake up and you think it's autumn. However, interestingly, because it's the 1st of August, it is the celebration of Lammas or Loaf Mass, which is a Christianized version of a more ancient celebration that celebrated the grain harvest, the first harvest, the harvest of the first grains and of berries, and it was a time of celebration. It was a time of, like just to say, give thanks for the bounty, the great harvest, and to just like kick back and relax a little bit for all of the hard work that went into bringing in all of this nourishment, the delicious fruits of their labor. And in Ireland, a similar celebration came forth on August 1st, or around, the first beginning of August, called Lunasa. And it's named for the god Lugh, but it was really intended originally as a celebration of Lugh for his stepmother, Tailtiu. And nowadays, I think there may be more revival of that now, but in more recent years, it was more about of a celebration of gratitude, of, kind of like thankfulness of what people have in their lives, and celebrating and being outdoors, climbing hills for whatever reason was a big theme. And so, like nowadays, people like have picnics and celebrations, and there may be even a bonfire. Maybe, I don't know. Let me know if there are bonfires. Maybe people make corn dollies, and they bake bread. They do it for Lammas. They do it for Lunasa. But the thing is about this time of year, it was considered in the old calendar to be the beginning of autumn. Okay, so like August, the beginning of August was the beginning of autumn. So, okay, I don't know about you. I'm not ready for the beginning of autumn. It felt like autumn today, but I'm not ready for that reality just yet. I like summer, even though it's been so hot and so oppressive sometimes. The times in between those heat waves, it's just been so glorious. And I just love basking in the sun. Regardless, it is a harvest celebration. It is the first harvest. So that brings me today to think about, like, what I can do to honor this day. Okay, so since it's the day of celebrating first harvest of grains and berries, I'm thinking, can I bake maybe some blueberry muffins or maybe a blackberry buckle? Maybe. but I'd rather not do the sweet, but rather something a little more savory, something more sustaining. So I am endeavoring to bake a loaf of spelt bread. So fingers crossed, it will happen. It's about 6 in the evening, so it may or may not happen. But I have a feeling it will because I'm setting my mind to do this in celebration of all that I have. Like bread is it's something that has been kind of vilified in a sense because let's face it, a lot of the bread out there is not exactly that best quality nutrition that we can bring into our bodies. But when you do take unadulterated grain, like delicious, like an ancient grain like spelt, which has more vitamins, more minerals, it is higher in protein, it is less fiddled with, if you know what I'm talking about. So I am going to bake this bread to celebrate what I have accomplished so far this year. I feel like, well, this has been such a great year for me. It's been challenging. I'm just putting it out there. I've had a lot of health issues this year. I had I started the year off with a bang, literally. Like I was in all places. I'm walking in Central Park, one of the places I love most in this whole world. And I tripped over a tree root. A tree root. I love trees, probably. I wouldn't say I love trees more than anyone, but I am a tree fairy. I am a tree whisperer. I revere trees. I value them and I honor them with so much I have so much reverence for them. They are really and truly the wisdom keepers. And oh, there's nothing like a tree hug. Yes, I am a tree hugger. I love to hug trees. And I feel very much that it is a reciprocal relationship. Like they really enjoy the hugs that I give them. So, I was a little bit like, why me? Why are you doing this to me? But I immediately felt like this tree was sorry. They didn't mean to trip me. It was just one of those fluke things. It just happened, and it was freezing cold that day. I may or may not have cracked a rib, and that was just like a weird spiral of events that like one thing after another. I won't even go into it. It's just like been like, whoa, what is actually going on in my life? However, let me just say that I am grateful to the time that I was given because I got to spend more time at home, which I have to tell you, I had a love and not love relationship with this apartment, but I got the really like deep feeling, like this really deep sense that my apartment really loves me. And I just felt like this like renewed appreciation for my home. And also another thing that it gave me because I had several weeks to um do things that I was not going to be able to do otherwise because, I was unable to do most things. I had a hard time walking. I had a hard time. It was very painful. Let's just say that. And at the time, I was also in a priestess training course, which I will get back to later. And yet I still showed up and I still like kept up with the work and everything. But I also was enrolled in, I was also doing another course at the same time. which was called the Holy Womb Chakra process that was given by the Hindu saint, the Indian saint, Swami Sri Kaleshwar. And so I won't go into all of that now, like the intricacies of it, and that will be some other time. But if I did not have that time where that I was injured and then I became horribly ill, and like 3 weeks later, no joke, I wouldn't have been able to. Okay, so there are mantras that you chant every day with this in this system, and you must chant these mantras for 101 days. So it's more than 3 months. And it really did give me that space to be able to dedicate myself to doing these mantras, to reciting these mantras. And I was, by the time I was done, I think it was the end of May or the beginning of June. I forget exactly when I started. And it was like such a celebration. So yeah, so that's something that this is something that I harvested. This is something that I created for myself in my life, this gift of allowing myself to dive into this practice. And I can't even begin to tell you the enormous benefits that I've received from doing this practice. I will get back to that in another video. However, right now, I'm just going to also say that my level of gratitude, I feel like that regardless of what is happening, both outside in the world and also all these like weird turn of events that happen and happen one after another, like Calamity Jane, like Calamity Jane, Calamity Claudine. Okay, no joke. Um, but I had so much to be grateful for. And one of the biggest things that I became incredibly appreciative of, and what I am celebrating so vividly today, and I'm going to bake this loaf in in their honor too, is my relationship with the Marys, with Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Mary Salome, Mary Paragita, and the other Marys. Like there's a whole cadre of Marys. Marys is a title. Mary is and Magdalene is a title. It's a lineage. It is a sacred lineage of directly from Divine Mother. It is the Sophia, Christ Sophia, the Sophia, sorry, the Sophia Christos lineage. You have to forgive me because I don't intend on editing this video. I'm just gonna go out and just do this. And yeah, it's like it's a leap of faith for me because normally I will edit the heck out of videos because I love creating content that is not only informative but has like this entertainment factor to it as well. For me, it gives me joy because that's like this really like deep fairy part of me and that mermaid part of me that really loves to shine and to really lose myself in that moment of creativity. And so I'm just going to get back to the Marys. Uh, so what I can just say, like what my insights are on the Marys are so much more than, the fake news that you've gotten about them. Okay, maybe there's some kernels of truth, okay, because it is like a broken clock. It's right 2 times a day, and the doctrines and the dogmas, there's a little bit of truth from them, and yet there's a lot of mishmashing going on, and a lot of like uh let's just say I just got this image and this word of paint by numbers. It's like they just took like uh we're only going to use these colors, and we're only going to allow you to paint this picture of who the Marys are based on the way we want you to see her and the way we want you to see them, I should say. And the Marys are, they are to me the most joyful, loving, caring, compassionate, intelligent, dynamic, courageous, um, powerful, powerful women, powerful beings. They have like the star being origin to them. They are connected to the seven sisters, to the Pleiades. They are connected to the sacred doves. They are connected to the rose. They are connected to divinity itself. They are the Alpha and the Omega. They are the creatresses of beauty, peace, joy, love, wisdom, gnosis. They carry all the wisdom, they carry the codes of what it is to be a fully realized human. They carry the codes of the sacred marriage. They carry the codes of, of infinite bliss, of knowing that whatever happens out there in the world, the truth of who you really are is that there has never been a separation at any time, any way from you and divinity. And each one of us carries this inside of us. We are these beautiful beings. We are these like beautiful starlight, rainbow, bright, diamond, pearl, rose beings. We are pure magic, and the world is truly a magical place, a place of wonder, of joy, and delight. I know you're going to say to me, what on earth are you talking about? Have you seen the news? Have you read a paper lately? Have you looked at a website? You know, have you looked out your window and walked down the street? Well, yeah, I mean, sure. There is a lot of turmoil. I would not deny that. There's a lot of literal shaking up going on in this world. Um, it is about the grace too, the grace of finding peace and clarity within. And the truth is that we we are these pillars and vessels of peace if we want to be. If we want to be this, we have this invitation to truly embody this pure beauty, this light of love, of wisdom, compassion, of bliss. This that's like, let's bring heaven on earth. Heaven is on earth if you choose it, if we all choose it. We all must co-create this. And the suffering in the world must end. We must end this. There's no way to come to peace by fighting. And we blame this faction and we blame that faction, and then we come back at it with more violence. that never solves anything. It never solves anything. We can speak our truth with love and honor and integrity and grace and beauty and kindness. This is a practice. It really is. It's something that it can take time. You know, I implore you, please stop doom scrolling. Please, please stop the doom scrolling. Please stop turning on your phone the first thing in the morning and checking out your news feeds and your Facebooks and Instagram and and looking for evidence of people who agree with you in your anger, or people who you want to be angry at and you want to find evidence. Let me find more evidence so I can be more angry at these people, like harbor more anger, resentment, and hatred. Now, anger in and of itself is not necessarily a bad thing, okay? Because the anger can be a catalyst. It can be a catalyst for something good, for creating change in the world. But creating change like this doesn't create the change that we really want, that we really so very much need. It only breeds the same misery. And this is what the Marys are telling me now. They've been telling me, they've been preaching. The answer is always love. Okay. There is no question. People will say, oh, if love is the answer, then what's the question? No, there's no question. No question. The question is irrelevant because the question is moot. It's just the answer. It's just love, 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 love. So, yeah. Yes, put on the rose-colored glasses. Let's put on the rose-colored glasses. And I know I sound like Pollyanna. I'm in denial. I am not. I am not in denial because I can be just as upset and angry as anybody else. Just as upset, just as ticked off, just as like, oh, like, I'm going to push back. The pushing, the pushing, the pushing, the pushing. No, let's invite softness, gentility, tenderness. Let us look at each other with the compassion of love, of utter beauty, of true peace, cultivating your own peace, your peace in your heart, peace in your mind. Dealing with your own issues, your own traumas, your own pains, one at a time. As we heal ourselves, even though we're not really broken, we can be a bit bruised, but we're not broken. But coming back to wholeness, okay? The more we come back to wholeness, and also in the sacred union, the sacred marriage of within of our opposites, masculine, feminine, all your opposites. The more we come into that union and integrate all of these sides, all of the sides. Like I know I'm thinking of like the diamond, the multifacets of a faceted diamond. When this diamond is faceted in a certain way, because you're multifaceted, I'm multifaceted, it shines bright. And when we embrace all that is, all that we are, and we have compassion for ourselves, for when we know we mess up, right? It is still the human plane, the way it is now, not the way it was meant to be. It was meant to be Eden, true Eden. It was meant to be a place of milk and honey where manna falls, this sustenance, this spiritual sustenance. And, then not the need to have to take another life, whether it is an animal or a plant, because that is a life, so that we can live. Breatharians, fruitarians, at like maybe like one step below. Is it possible? It could be possible. I feel like I'm going on some tangents, but I think they're all relating to one another. The Marys have given me so much. They've opened my eyes more fully. They've opened my eyes more fully to what I am capable of and what the world is capable of, what the world is really made of, what Gaia is really made of, because the world is our creation. If we want a better world, we have to co-create this. We have to really put our intention to come to peace within. No peace within, no peace without. We can't say, oh, we're loving and kind. Yeah. Well, we're talking garbage about ourselves, first of all. Oh, I'm this and that. Oh no. Yeah. And then you have these wounds, these traumas, these memories, maybe arrested development. You're stuck in a pattern, and it influences your communication. It influences the way you think of yourself, therefore influences the way you treat other people. And all of the programming that we're receiving, all the indoctrination, all the teachings, whether it be on a pulpit, in a temple, in an ashram, in whatever, life is suffering. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think the Buddhists, they had such great insights, but they really did create that sort of affirmation for life. Is it suffering? Is it supposed to be suffering? I say no. The Marys say no. I I see that they were these high-level beings, and honestly, I do have such reverence for them. I have respect for them. I don't worship them. I don't worship anybody or anything. I have reverence and appreciation and respect for beings that are at a higher level than me. But I also know full well that they're not necessarily better than us, than any of us. They don't teach us that. They don't say that. They never say, I'm better than you. It's like if you look even at the New Testament teachings of Jesus, if you want to bring the Bible into this, Jesus said, hey, whatever I do, you can do it too. Because why? He's the Son of God, and so are you. The son and daughters of the divine. We are children of the divine. And there is no separation of us from the divine. The separation is this veil that has been placed over us to trick us into thinking that we are less than, that we cannot create this world of beauty and world of love and world of joy, bliss, pure magic, like 5D and beyond. Think about the true land of milk and honey, the true Eden, think of like Lemuria, these great ideal, the ideal land, the ideal communities, the ideal um, way of being before the fall and before the fall and before the fall, right? So we are picking up the pieces of the fall, you know. Um, the world is an interesting place. And if we really want to be in a land of beauty and love, then we like basically command ourselves to be in this land of beauty and love. That's what we focus on. It's like what you think about, like your thoughts create your reality, and how you think about the world is the way the world is. And that sounds like an oversimplification. And in some ways, yeah, it is. I won't disagree with that. And I honestly do believe that this is a concerted effort. Do we all, every single one of us, have to be like on board? I think there just has to be that like a critical mass, that just that an, enough of us so that we can, tilt the needle, move the needle so we can, put things in a different trajectory, in a different and we are going in this trajectory already. I mean, there have been so many changes. This is like there's just a lot happening. So many truths are coming out. Yeah, what is the truth? There's many different versions of the truth. So that's how I'm not going to say the truth, like the one truth, because again, different truths, right? And we all have truths, but there are so many truths coming out, and there's so many things that people are just, waking up to. All the false flags and the distorted imageries and the half truths that we're being told. And, you know, I'll leave it at that. I'm going to let you take it or leave it. And I just encourage you to really and truly drop into yourself and find something about today that you can be grateful for. Something today. And it doesn't have to be because it is Lammas or Loaf Mass or Lunasa or whatever feast it is. It's today. Today. Find something today to celebrate. Celebrate you. Celebrate life. Celebrate this beautiful place we call Earth. Celebrate just the joy of living. Celebrate the joy of living. And also say a prayer for a better reality. Put this intention in, meditate on it, pray on it, and literally be the change you want to be in the world. I mean, it's a famous quote for a reason. However, we need to take this to heart. So I encourage you to love yourself, to give yourself lots and lots and lots of care, good self-care. You don't have to do all these practices, and there's a lot of like self-care. I'm like, oh, self-care, I'm being overwhelmed. Self-care, just take good care of you. Eat good foods, nourish yourself, drink good, pure water, get sleep, do something fun, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Find that thing that lights you up, that passion in your life, and do it with love. and do it for the dignity of this world, for this planet, for the respect of Gaia, and for the love of Mother, Father Divine, who love you so very much. And with that, I will just say, I wish you a very happy, wonderful, blessed day and evening. And being that today is Friday, here, August 1st, 2025, it is a Friday. I'm wishing you a happy Venus Day as well. So that's your cue to do something even extra special for yourself today, to show yourself a little bit of love and show the people that you love a little bit more love. All right, everybody. So I will bid you farewell for now. And I give you all my love and many kisses and hugs. And I'll talk to you soon.